astrology. The purpose of astrology is to inform you of the course of your life, depending on what time of year you was born. You understand? If you was born between May and June, say that you're a Gemini, and this is how you're supposed to act. You're born between June and July, you're a Cancer, and this is how you're supposed to act. You understand? That's us observing times, trying to give us an idea of how our life is going to be based off of how the planets was arranged, how the stars was aligned when we were born. You understand? This is what God is referring to as an observer of times. It's speaking about astrology, and it's saying that it's an abomination.
Right.
Real quick, read verse 12.
Come. This is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 12. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
Understand? This is what the Lord is calling an abomination. The way that the planets was arranged when you were born does not have anything to do with the course of your life. That doesn't determine your life. If you was born as Black, Hispanic, or Native American, the thing that determines your life is these scriptures inside this Bible.
Right.
Not the way that the stars was aligned 1,000 years ago. They don't have nothing to do with how your life will go. You understand? Obedience to the Most High, obedience to His word will determine the course of your life. Real quick, drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 15. It doesn't make sense that in 2023 we're still looking to astrology to help us find guidance in our life when we've been doing it forever, and it hasn't been helping us ever since. Hasn't been helping us ever in life. And the reason why it's not helping us is because the Lord is against it. Anything that the Most High is not with, anything that He's against, is going to continue to block us from receiving our blessings. It's going to continue to block us from coming together as a people, because we're not doing what He wants us to do. We're not keeping these laws. We're not obeying Him, and we're not seeing things as abomination as the Most High sees them. The Most High sees astrology as an abomination. You understand? Us trying to turn to the stars, something that He created to worship instead of actually worshiping the Most High, is an abomination.
Right.
You understand? It's something that we shouldn't be doing. It doesn't have no real meaning to it. That's why the Lord said He don't want us doing these things, because He care about us. And if He see us doing something that isn't guiding us in the right direction, He wants us to not do it. He wants to prevent us from doing it. As a father would with his children, as a mother would with her daughters. Trying to give them the game, because you can see what they can't see because of their cloud of judgment, because of the influence that they're around. That's why when we came into our homeland, the Lord did not want us to mix and mingle with all people, because they have their customs, and of course they're going to try to influence us. That's what all this media is about. Social media, music, all types of art is just to influence you.
Right.
And of course, when it comes to Black and Hispanics, our art influences us to go against the Most High. It glorifies whoredom. Whoredom in men and women. It glorifies murder and drug dealing, you understand, and just not being brotherly. It glorifies these things. This is what we're being influenced by, not by us. We aren't the ones that have planes that can get us drugs overseas. You understand? We're not the drug dealers. We're not, even though our women is portrayed as, promiscuous, out here having sex with everybody. Our women, that's not our nature. Our nature is to be tender and delicate and sweet. You understand? We're being influenced by other nations, especially when it comes to serving the Most High. Especially our women. They're more susceptible to these things because they are the weaker vessel, and our enemy tries to play on that. They try to divide us, knowing that when a man is with that woman, he will help guide her in the right direction. You understand? When a man is following the Most High, he'll make sure his family is doing that. But he don't. But our enemy doesn't want that. Satan doesn't want that. He wants us all separated, divided, having women empowerment movements, having men can't trust women. That's how he wants it. Because if that's the case, we're not going to be able to serve the Most High. We're not going to be able to build a family. And that's what America fears the most, is a black family thriving. That's why all these art is trying to divide us and trying to make us continue to hate each other and not come together under the Most High. You can give me Deuteronomy chapter 30 and 15.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good.
Life and good, go ahead.
And death and evil. Verse 16. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
It's saying that the Lord wants us to walk in his ways, to keep his laws. And if we do that, we're going to live a good life. We're going to have kids. We're going to have thriving marriages. We're going to be okay because we're under the Lord's protection, because we're keeping our side of this agreement, this covenant. Understand? We're obeying him, and in return, he's providing for us. Read on.
Verse 17. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other gods, and serve them.
It says, but if thine heart turn away, that means if your mind turn away from keeping these laws, if your mind turn away from obeying the Most High, you understand, and you won't hear what he's speaking to you through his prophets, of course, inside the ISUPK.
Right.
If you don't hear what the Most High is speaking to you, if you don't obey his laws, and you shall be drawn away. Drawn away from what? Drawn away from serving the Most High. Drawn away from obeying him and worshiping other gods. This right here, let's pause right here. Understand that the concept of free will is a lie.
Right.
If you're not serving the Most High, then you're worshiping other gods. There's no such thing as free will. That's something that's another thing that America tries to teach us, just so that we can be influenced to go against the Most High.
Right.
We think that when we want to go and not obey the Most High and go and smoke weed, we think that we have free will to do so, not understanding that we have been influenced to smoke weed.
Right.
We have been influenced to leave our man, have been influenced to talk our women into having an abortion.
Right.
That's not free will. You think in your mind, because you're under this doctrine of America, that you have freedom. You don't have no freedom. Even in America, you don't have freedom. Especially when it comes to serving God, free will is an illusion. It say if you're not serving the Most High, you're serving false gods, which is Satan. If you're not obeying the Most High and you're eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, it's because you've been influenced to do it. Not because you woke up and you had this original thought in your mind that said, hey, I want to go try pork. Bible says there's no new thing under the sun.
Right.
All these new forms of astrology, when they say, oh, you're a Gemini, but your rising moon is in Aries, that's nothing new. That's something that's been happening for thousands of years. It's not you taking your free will and doing something that you want to do. It's you being misled. Is your mind being turned away to serve other gods. Right. There is no free will. The Lord is breaking down to you. It says he set before you good and death and evil. This is your choice. It's either you do good and listen to the Most High, and he'll give you what does it say? He'll make sure that you live and multiply and that you're blessed. You understand? Or you can choose death and evil. And death it's not you just dying.
Right.
You understand? It's not you walking outside and you being murdered, or you're involved in some type of freak accident. You understand? We're gonna read forward and we're gonna see the death that he's speaking about.
Come. Verse 18. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish.
Ye shall perish. Go ahead.
And that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land,
Mm-hmm.
whither thou passed over Jordan to go to possess it.
You understand? It says that your days on this earth is not going to be prolonged. You're going to be cut down due to all the stress, due to all of the ailments that you have, the illnesses. You understand? It's going to be cut down. The life that you live in will be terrible. Understand that when you inside this truth, you're going to have some bad days, but your life is overall good. When you in the world, you're going to have some good days, but your life is overall bad. And that's what the Lord is speaking about. You not being able to get no rest. Your relationships not thriving. They say the average lifespan of a relationship is 2 to 3 years. You understand? 2 to 3 years. That's because we're not obeying the Most High. You understand? You'll find an unforgivable life. It's unforgiving when you're not obeying the Most High. That's why nobody can trust nobody. Nobody want to lean on nobody because they've been done dirty so many times that they feel like all they got is themselves. You understand? And that's the thing that's misleading them the most, because our mind is being drawn away. Our mind is being influenced to worship other gods. Our mind is being influenced to do astrology, even though the Most High is saying that it's an abomination. It's vain. It doesn't mean nothing. But we don't want to understand that. We rather bump our heads a million times before we can get some wisdom. You understand? This is what we just read. We just read that the course of our life is not determined by how the planets was arranged when we was born. That doesn't have anything to do with the course of our lives. Obeying the Most High, these laws inside this Bible, has everything to do with it. It doesn't matter what stars in the sky say. You understand? It doesn't matter at all. If you want to know the course of your life, read this Bible. If you want to know if you're going to be blessed, then understand you have to, read these laws. And that's going to help you out way more than your astrology app telling you that, oh, today this is how you feel, or this is your personality, this is how you should act. No, this law is how you should act.
Right.
That's why we just read that it's profitable for doctrine to be taught, understand, to be studied, to be applied. Not just walking around saying that you know the scriptures, but actually applying it to your life, because that's going to help you have a better life with your kids. With your loved ones. It's going to have you have better relationships if you're obeying these laws inside this Bible. If you're going with the concepts of marriage that the Most High laid out for us, knowing that sex is marriage, knowing that once you get to know somebody, you're engaged. You understand? You're engaging with each other, seeing, hey, can I spend the rest of my life with this person if I have sex with them? That's going to help you choose women better. It's going to help you stay with each other better, because knowing that leaving is not an option, you're going to pick them better and you're going to be more inclined to working problems out. You understand? That's what's going to help you have a better relationship, not these zodiac signs with their compatibility. Understand? Real quick, read me Isaiah chapter 47 and 12. You understand? This is how we'll prosper in our personal lives and our relationships, as if we obeying the Most High. You understand? It's 2023, and if we're still basing how compatible we are based off of astrology, then we are extremely lost. You understand? We are 100% lost. Read it when you get it. Hold on, let me catch up to you real quick.
Come.
Isaiah 47, 12. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
From thy youth. This is what we've been doing since we was kids. I remember them in school talking about astrology and what's your sign. We've been out of school for 10 years, 15 years. We're still doing the same thing that we've been doing from our youth. The Most High is saying, all right, stand with it then. See how your relationship is going to turn out, how they're going to continue to turn out. Don't call on the Most High when your relationship is torn apart and you stressing out, you losing sleep, you can't eat. Don't call on the Most High. Call on your astrology app. See what they tell you to do. See who they tell you to date. They say stand with your enchantments and your sorceries from which you labored from your youth. Go ahead.
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit.
Mm-hmm.
If so be, thou mayest prevail.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels.
In the multitude of thy counsels. You understand? We are weary. We looking for counsel in all these apps, and they just keep saying the same thing in a different way. You gonna read 10, 15 different descriptions of one sign. You understand? You just going through and you picking what fits you. They say we are weary and are in the multitude of our counsels. Go ahead.
Come. Let now the astrologers.
The what?
The astrologers.
Go ahead.
The stargazers. The monthly prognosticators.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
You understand? All these murders that's going on, brothers still getting gunned down by the police, still getting sick and dying. You understand? Turn to your astrology. How well if that's been helping us?
Right.
You understand? We've been doing astrology since we've been children. It didn't stop our friends from dying. It didn't stop our grandmom and our uncles and our aunts from dying. You understand? We still going to them. When this time of trouble, don't pray to the Most High. You've put all your faith in astrology. They don't keep on going to it. You understand? Keep on trying to see how this month or how these stars are going to help, because it's not helping us at all, in no way, shape, or form. You understand? It's a go and see if they can save you from these things. You understand? I don't want to, and this should be a good lesson to help you know that this astrology is not helping us at all, because it tells you that you're 100% compatible with this sign. A Gemini is 90% compatible with a Virgo. A Cancer is 100% compatible with a Leo. But yet our relationships still average 2 to 3 years. It doesn't make sense. And I don't understand how we can still think that it makes sense when it's right in our face. We looking at these astrology apps, it's saying that if you find a Gemini, it's a 90% chance that it's going to work. But the actual statistic is saying that the relationships only last 2 to 3 years. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. Because this same astrology will tell you that you're compatible with the Gemini, whether he's black, white, Asian, or whatever. You understand? The Most High don't want it to be that way. The Most High told us who we should and who we shouldn't date. You understand? Not this astrology. We listen to this astrology and we looking for signs, when the signs is that our relationship, they ain't lasting. And if you went to astrology, why are you dating somebody that is not 100% compatible with you just shows in your own actions that you don't even believe what you're reading? You don't believe what you're following. If you were Gemini and they say that you're 90% compatible with a Virgo, you should literally only date Virgos. And you should marry them right then and there. You should just get down on your knees and propose to them, because your astrology said it's going to work. It's a 90% chance that it's going to work. Don't waste no time. You don't get to know them. Your astrology app matched y'all together. Understand? Just go date a Virgo and live happily ever married, have kids and get married and do all that good stuff, because your astrology said do so. Understand? When you say it out loud, it doesn't make sense. You understand? It's something that children would follow. Something that just helps them, have fun. There's nothing that you should be basing your life off of. These laws in this Bible is what you base your life off of. You understand? Real quick, give me Genesis chapter 6, verse 2. Understand? Astrology is saying that you're compatible with anybody that's a Cancer, when the Most High didn't say that. And that's the reason why the Most High flooded the earth, because we wasn't dating the right people, because we wasn't falling in love with who the Most High said we should be falling in love with. We was ruining ourselves because we're not obeying the Most High. That's the whole thing the Bible is saying. It's teaching us that we're going to ruin our life if we don't obey the Most High. The Most High set these laws down for a specific reason, not just because he's God and he said, do what I say to do. He set these laws down because he cared about us, and he see what the other nations are doing, and he see how their life is turning out. He see how they're living. He don't want us to live that way. That's why when he freed us from Egypt, the first thing he did was give us our own set of laws. Because when we're oppressed under a nation for so long, we start to adopt their ways. Everything that he said not to do was what we was doing in Egypt. You understand? Everything he said not to do was what we was doing in Egypt, because we was influenced by them. We was serving their gods. We was following their customs. Most High told us not to do it because they told us to do it. That's not our gods. You understand? Read what you got.
Come. We'll start with verse 1, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Verse 2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. And they took them wives of all which they chose.
You understand? The sons of God is the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You understand? 12 tribes. The daughters of men is all the other nations on the face of this earth. It say that our men found their daughters attractive, found them fair, understand, suitable to be a wife over our own sisters. It's no different than what we see today. When the man get famous, he get a lot of money, he go and get married to a white woman.
Right.
Drake got all these songs about Kiki and all these girls that he talked to and he loved and all the exes, but yet he go and have a baby with a white porn star. It's the same thing today. It don't make no difference. You understand? Our people go out here, they get rich, they get famous. Let me see. Read that next part. Verse 3.
Come. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with men, but that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
So his spirit not always going to strive with men. He's not going to keep on telling us what to do, and we're not going to disobey him. You understand? He's not going to go back and forth with us. He's going to draw a line in the sand. He's going to kill us. You understand? This is the beginning of the flood. That's what he's speaking about. He got tired of telling us what to do. He got tired of it, which is understandable. You keep on telling your kids what to do time after time, there's going to be a time where you're not going to say anything. It's going to beat their ass.
Right.
It ain't going to be no more talking. You understand? That's what the Most High set up for us. Now, read verse 4.
Come. Genesis chapter 6, verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days.
Giants in the earth. It's not speaking about 12-foot human beings. You understand? It's speaking about people that was large. You understand? They were superstars. Because, of course, you have the ability of an Israelite. You can run and jump and throw the football for 1,000 yards, but then you still have that light skin that looks so much more appealing to the world. You understand? You have the features of a white person or of a different race. You understand? So you got the best of both worlds, because your black father went out and had sex with an Asian woman or a white woman, and then you're born. You understand? And the Lord did not like it. Read verse 6.
Come. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and grieved him at his heart.
All because we did not date the right women. You understand? This is what the Most High is talking about. The Most High gave us orders and laws on who we should date, how we should go about it. You understand? I'm about to get the scriptures for you. You had something to bring out, Lazar? All right, Deuteronomy 7:3. You understand? The Most High gave us laws on who we should be dating. You understand? It don't got nothing to do with who we're compatible with, no matter what race. You understand? It doesn't have anything to do with the position of the planets or the stars when we were born. You understand? Read what you got. This is what it has to do with. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give into his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take into thy son.
This is speaking against interracial marriages. Understand? We have this knowledge because we seen what happened when the sons of God found the daughters of men fair. Most High flooded the earth. This is what the next book, 2 books later. Understand? We learn and we understand and listen. We cannot be out here having interracial marriages. We have laws on who we can and can't date. It's that we can't give our sons to their daughters or take their sons for ours. Understand?
I got another precept.
Oh, yeah.
This book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife,
Right.
which is not of thy father's tribe.
Right.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land.
Beautiful scripture.
Next one.
You got another one?
No, that was it.
Oh no, yeah, that's a beautiful scripture. You understand? So your kids shall inherit the land because their blood is pure. You got a black woman, a black man. The blood is pure. Kids not gonna be confused. You understand? You got a dark-skinned kid, and you trying to tell them that white people are evil when their mom is white.
Right.
It's gonna tear them apart because they little kids. They want to love their mom, and their mom love them, and y'all together, whatever the case may be. But it's gonna confuse the kids. You understand? You can't take a strange woman to wife. She's strange because she's not obeying the laws that you follow. Your life should be dedicated to keeping these laws. And if somebody is not obeying them, then they're strange. They're a stranger. You understand? There's different contexts in the Bible when a stranger is referring to an Israelite or a stranger is referring to somebody of a different race. This strange woman is of a different race. You understand? She don't come from the background that you come from. She wasn't raised the same way as you. She don't understand your struggle as much as your sister would. You understand? They say don't take a strange woman or wife. Now go back to Deuteronomy 7 and read verse 4.
God's book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
Right. It say that they're gonna turn your kids away. Understand? Because they're gonna have their own customs that they've been raised off of. They've been raised off of Christmas. They've been raised off of Thanksgiving. They've been raised off of astrology. Understand? They're going to teach your kids those same ways. It don't matter what they say because your kids will follow the example that you put out there. You can be smoking weed all day and tell your kids don't smoke weed, but they're going to follow the example of you smoking weed.
Right.
You understand? It don't matter what you say to them. You got to lead by example because they're looking up to you. Literally. You're a giant to them. They're going to fear you. They're going to love you. And they're going to do everything that you're doing. That's why little kids start to walk because they see you doing it all day.
Right.
And they start stumbling because they're trying to be like you. It don't matter if you say don't walk, they're going to still do it because they're trying to be like you. You understand? If you date a woman outside of your race, even if you date a woman inside of your race and it's the wrong woman, they're going to teach your kid what they do. That's why it's so important to really drill into your kid's head the person that they marry is the best investment that they can make in their entire life.
Right.
Understand? Because y'all gonna have kids too, and then they're gonna have kids, and they're gonna have kids, and it's all gonna trickle back down to you. You understand? Read that next part.
So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you
Mm-hmm.
and destroy thee suddenly.
And saying that the anger of the Lord gonna be kindled against you, because you're the one that married that person, and now your kids are suffering. Your kids is being torn between this lifestyle that you're trying to teach them and the lifestyle of their mother or their father. You understand? That's why these relationships that you get in the truth and y'all following the same doctrine is so precious. Because y'all both know that y'all going to teach y'all kids the same thing. And understand that that child that's being born of a person in the truth is very blessed and it's got a lot of favor in the Most High. Because the Most High born them to two parents that's serving them. It ain't going to be no type of arguments inside that household about doing Christmas. You understand? Y'all going to be able to raise that kid with a clear mind, raise that kid on one accord. And that's powerful. You understand? That's one of the most powerful things on this earth, a household that's in sync. You understand? That's why there's so many different plots to try to destroy us and tear us apart. Because we know if we raise kids right, then that's going to mean our kids going to raise kids right, and so forth and so on, and they're going to affect other people. You understand? We're going to continue to influence our brothers and sisters because we're going to do what the scriptures say, and we're going to be able to be seen as wise. You understand? The Lord is with us not because we just obey Him, but because we're maneuvering how He wants us to. We maneuvering through problems and through situations how He say to do it, and that's what's keeping us safe. That's what's getting us all these blessings, because we're maneuvering through life exactly how He say do it. He say don't eat this, we don't eat it. He say don't date this person, we don't date him. You understand? He say don't have an issue with your brother and then hate him for it and not go to him, we don't do it. You understand? Brotherhood is a weapon because we're obeying the Most High. That's how we get through life, because we're moving how He want us to move. And once we step aside that, we're going to start to get destroyed. You understand? Because now we're moving into the darkness. We're moving into ways that the Most High don't want us to move. And He's telling us how to move because He want to protect us. You understand? You're going to tell your kids, don't play in the street. Why? Because you know that cars run up and down the street. Some people don't pay attention and they're going to get hurt. That's just like what the Most High is saying to us. He's looking out for us. You understand? And because we're doing it, we're maneuvering in ways that's protecting us. You understand? We're going to drop that. We're going to drop that. We're going to get, let me see. Yeah. Believe Deuteronomy 11 and 16. You understand? And one last thing about this astrology, like how I said earlier, like when they even describing the type of person that a Gemini is or a Libra is, you understand? The people that follow it don't even fit that description to the T. You know, like if somebody called the cops and they describe someone who robbed them, say, all right, it was a 6'4" black man with an afro. You gotta be looking for that exact type person to find out who fits this description. You can't say, oh, I got a person that's 6'4", but it's a woman and she got short hair. Understand? That doesn't fit the description. If you apply for a job, they tell you exactly what's in the description. of that job. You do this, that, boom, boom, boom. You understand? If that's what you want to do, that's what you're gonna go do. If you don't want to do it, then you don't fit that job. You understand? In astrology, they say, oh well, this sign's supposed to act like 1, 2, 3, 4, but they don't act like it. They act like, okay, 1 is me, two is me, 3 ain't me. Let's just not focus on 3. And 4 is kind of me, and they think, okay, well, this is me. I'm a Gemini. When you don't fit the criteria, you don't fit that whole straight flat out criteria. It's a this sign acts like this. If you don't act like that, then you're not that sign. And don't nobody follow that same exact description. They always pick and choose and add and take away because you don't really follow that description. You don't fit that description because that's not you. Understand? However, you do fit the description of an Israelite to the T. You understand? Matter of fact, let's read some of these curses that we fit so perfectly. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Come on, God. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16.
Hold on, let's drop down. Let's say if we don't do these curses, if we don't do these laws, this is speaking about the Israelites, the chosen people of God. It's speaking that if we don't obey his laws, then these curses will follow us. And that's how we know who the chosen people of God is, because these curses is attacking one people. You understand? Let's drop down to verse 30.
Come on, this book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. That's what I was just talking about in all this music.
Right.
That's all they speak about in the music. It's like a woman is not attractive unless she has a man. That's how they portray it in the music. Only time you're attractive is if you have a man that's getting money and he's working. And then another man would want to sleep with her. I don't know why. For the life of me, I cannot understand why. You understand? Read on.
Come on, come. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Thou shalt not dwell therein. Your family is going to be torn apart. You trying to build this household, and the world is going to come and divide y'all and separate us. You understand? That's just the curse that we living under. We have this house, we can't even live in it. You understand? Read the next part.
Come. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Mm-hmm. We working all day, working day and night, and we getting back pennies. And they ain't taking taxes, taking child support, whatever else they taking from you. You understand? We working, and we're not seeing no increase. Setting up all these businesses, Black Wall Street, it just get turned down. Just get burnt down. No matter how much hard we worked for it. You understand? Let's drop down. Drop down on verse 54.
Come. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you, and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Shall be evil towards his brother. Understand? Black people, we have just a natural sense of brotherhood. But of course, if we're not obeying these laws, then we're going to get away from that. We're going to drift away from that slowly but surely. We're going to end up where we ended up right now. Understand? In a murderous city. My brothers don't even like each other. Understand? You can't even walk past each other and everything be cool because somebody else going to shoot at us. Out there in Strawberry Mansion just last week, I think like 5 people was murdered and a 2-year-old was killed. Understand? They shooting at any and everybody. They don't care about their brothers and sisters because they got ops. You understand? They gonna shoot the whole clip and hit whoever they hit. You understand me? Read on.
Come. And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 55. So that he not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege, and with the straightness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
Shall I go on 1 second? Understand, these curses fit us to the T. Understand, this is a description of who the Israelites are based off of our actions. 1 second. And this is something that you can't hide from.
56. 56.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be even toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
Understand, this is what we went into a couple weeks ago. Our women have to be rough. You understand? They're turned to being rough because of these laws not being kept. So I'll go on 1 second. All right, we got any questions? 46. All right, Council, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up from there. So like, yeah. All right, Kanye, we're gonna wrap it up from there. The water, Most High Christ. Remember, we have the Feast of Purim Sunday, March 5th, and Monday, March 6th. You understand? Don't forget to observe it. Come down to the school, watch online, and we're gonna pass the class off to Priest and Officer Kalapazar. That's okay.
All right, it's the ISUPK security announcements. It's the ISUPK. We are ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Commander General Yohana, rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shake themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can read about it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, or Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, Sunday.
Yeah.
This
Sunday and Monday.
Purim. Feast of Purim. All right. Remind all occupant and alcohol to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. The that being said, Armando. All right, brothers gonna give one courteous salute. Armando Shabbat, Armando, Barak, Yahweh Bashir, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah. Yatata, Shar, face the sister. Sister Stan. Brothers gonna give the sisters one courteous salute. Armando Shabbat, Armando, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Bashir, Yahweh Shah. Yatata, class is lit.